Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Words of Wisdom. Thank you for being here. I have just uploaded a podcast titled Get Ready for This Miracle, or something along those lines. In order to receive your blessings and miracles, you must end a cycle if you're stuck in one. Okay? If you're stuck in a cycle with someone that you don't want to be stuck in anymore, you need to end the cycle first before your blessings. End the cycle once and for all. I want you to take a deep breath right now. Inhale, hold for 2, and exhale, and come back into your body. Come back into the power, your power, because everything I'm about to say is not just a message, it's a confirmation. It's clarity, it's protection, it's a reminder of who you've become. Some of you have been sensing something coming, a shift, a stirring in the energy around you, a feeling that someone from your past, someone you've already outgrown, may be circling back, not because they've changed, not because they've healed, but because you have. And when you heal, when you rise, when you step into your strength, those who benefited from your old self begin to feel it. They feel the shift. They feel the loss of access. They feel the end of the cycle. And that's when some people, not all, but the ones who haven't done their work, try to come back. Not for reconciliation, not for peace, but for reaction, for attention, for control, for the old version of you. But that version is gone. If someone from your past suddenly pops back into your life after weeks, months, or even years of silence, I want you to understand something clearly. It is not random. It is not accidental. It is not innocent. People who disappeared, people who mistreated you, people who pushed you away, people who knew exactly what they were doing. They don't return because they've had a miraculous epiphany. They come back for one thing, and that's your energy. Your attention, your reaction, your openness, your vulnerability, your time, your emotional investment. And if they don't know how to approach you with sincerity, accountability, responsibility, or respect, they will approach you with drama, because drama is the last doorway they still think they can use. Make sense? They might see you out somewhere in public, grocery store, gym, leaving work, wherever, and all of a sudden, their courage spikes. They come up to you unannounced and unwanted. They start something, create something, push something. It could be shade, could be blame. It could be gaslighting. It could be rewriting history. It could be accusing you of things they themselves did. Why? Because they want you off balance. They want you emotional and reactive. A reactive you is familiar to them. A reactive you is someone they know how to manipulate. A reactive you is the old you. But I'm here to tell you, you don't live there anymore. So when they come in with that old pattern, that old script, that old manipulation, you do not engage. You don't defend. You don't justify. You don't explain. You simply stand in your truth. You have changed. Your spirit has matured. Your energy has sharpened. Your boundaries have become sacred. And that transformation, the one you earned through pain, loss, clarity, and healing, that is exactly what intimidates them. Okay? When you transform, you shift the dynamic. You shift the power. You shift the access. And people who are comfortable taking advantage of you cannot stand to see you evolve, because your evolution exposes their stagnation. Your growth confronts their lack of growth. Your boundaries confront their entitlement. Your strength confronts their weakness. Your clarity confronts their denial. They thought You would stay where they left you. They thought you'd stay wounded, confused, longing, open. But here you are, built, refined, and centered. So yes, if they approach you, you may just shock them. Not with aggression, not with drama, but with your calmness, your non-reactivity, your clarity, your refusal to be pulled back into a story you've already outgrown. Okay? Your grounded composure will feel like a tower moment to them because they expected chaos, and instead they're met with mastery. Let's talk about the moment itself. That moment they show up unannounced, full of anger, entitlement, or blame. Maybe they ask you why you're ignoring them, why you haven't responded if they've tried to text you or something, why you haven't picked up the phone if they've tried to call you, why you disrespected them by walking away in silence. And always remember, silence is power. But you didn't walk away in disrespect. You walked away in wisdom. But sometimes life creates the setting so that you are finally seen for who you've become, and they are seen for what they still are. You don't embarrass them. Their behavior embarrasses them. You don't shame them. Their own actions reveal the shame they've been avoiding. Your stability highlights their chaos. Your calmness exposes their anger. Your maturity highlights their immaturity. This is not about revenge. This is about revelation. The truth always emerges, and sometimes truth needs witnesses. This is the part they cannot comprehend. You have changed, not superficially, not temporarily, not for show, but truly, deeply, spiritually. Type this below. Your mindset has changed. Your inner voice has changed. Your boundaries have changed. Your priorities have changed. Your tolerance has changed. Your energy has changed. Your standards have changed. You are living as an empress, an emperor, a warrior with a soft heart and a strong spine. You don't chase. You don't cling. You don't argue. You don't explain yourself to people who already made up their mind. You don't fight for people who won't fight for themselves. You don't lower yourself to habits you've already healed from. You respect who you've become too much to entertain who you used to be. So when this moment comes, and for many of you it will, remember this. You don't need to run. You do not need to hide. But you also don't need to feed the fire. You simply stand in your truth. You stand in your growth. You stand in your boundaries. You stand in your transformation. And when they walk away, and they will, it won't be because you crushed them or destroyed them or embarrassed them. It will be because they finally realize they no longer have access to the version of you that tolerated disrespect. They no longer have power over a heart that finally knows its worth. They no longer have influence over a soul they no longer have influence over a soul that chose healing. It's game over. Not because you played harder, but because you stopped playing altogether. Silence is not disrespect. Silence is closure. Silence is a boundary. Silence is a decision. Silence is protection. And now they're angry because you chose peace over chaos. You chose growth over cycles. You chose yourself over them. So when they push, and they will try, you don't rise to their level. Your response will be calm, firm, direct. Do not get in my face. Or, this conversation isn't happening. Or, excuse me, respect my space. Not shouted, not emotional, just clear. You're not arguing. You are not engaging. And you're not stepping into the past. Your clarity is the truth. Your presence is the truth. Your boundary is the truth. And truth, to someone who has lived in manipulation, is blinding. One of the most powerful things you can do is simply not be moved. When they lie, you calmly correct it. When they gaslight, you don't internalize it. When they provoke, you stay centered. When they accuse, you remain factual. This drives manipulative people insane because their entire power relied on your confusion. But now, you are clear, you're aware, you are awake, and you are present. And presence is something they cannot overpower. So yes, they may get rattled, they may get flustered, they may get embarrassed, they may even retreat because they cannot handle the version of you that is no longer programmable. Your only goal is to protect your peace and end the cycle. And ending the cycle naturally humbles them without you having to be cruel, without you having to be loud, without you having to show your dark side. Your strength is enough. Your calmness is enough. Your clarity is enough. Some of you may experience this in public, a crowded space, a familiar area, a place where others may witness the moment. If that happens, please listen to me carefully. You do not need to perform. You do not need to prove anything. You do not need to, quote unquote, show out. You do not need an audience. So be aware, be observant, be grounded. If this person shows up, you are ready, not to fight, but to end the cycle. You will walk away from that moment not drained, but empowered, not shaken, but affirmed, not wounded, but liberated. You are who your ancestors have been waiting for, the truth, the way, and the light. This is your turning point, your breakthrough, your moment of truth. And they will never forget the day they came looking for the old you and found the new you instead. The warrior, the sovereign, the healed one, the one who finally chose peace. Type below to affirm this. I am proud of the woman or man I've become. My mindset has changed. My priorities have changed. My taste has changed. My tolerance has changed. I have evolved and I am 100% here for it. Stay safe, stay powerful, stay grounded. I love you all so very much. God bless.